Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey you guys, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I am Aja A. For those of you guys that have never seen one of my videos, this is going to be a typical 4-card tarot spread for the lunar cycle. We're looking at the Cancer lunar cycle, so looking at the beginning of July through the beginning of August. This video is for the Libras, so Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in this video doesn't resonate with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which I do have linked down below. It is a general reading. And we're going to be looking at the energy popping up for you Libras during this next month. Any crossing energies or obstacles you might be dealing with. Because we're talking about Cancer, what you need to nurture, what you need to put your love and time and energy into during this next month. And then also, as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? So let's just get it rocking. Let's get it popping. All right, Libra. First card that you guys have coming up in your spread is in the position of the energy, or the energy that you're supposed to be tapping into, and you've got the Thinker card here. So with this being an eclipse season, and this being an eclipse lunar cycle, and this, we just had a solar eclipse. This is all about what's phasing in for us underneath this Cancer energy. For you Libras, I really pick up on this instance that there are some major life changes that need to go down for you, and that could be in regards to your dwelling space. It could be in regards to your health, or just the way that you interact with people, or your family or friends, or whatever it may be. I think that there's something that really needs to shift. And during this next month, Libra, it's very important for you guys to really lend some introspective and retrospective energy to your day-to-day. I feel like this next month, a lot of you will be thinking about, okay, what has worked for me, what isn't working for me, especially in regards to certain situations. I think you guys, I feel like for some of you, there is a certain thing that really has an effect over your life and the way that you live life, and it's time for it to change. But in order for it to change, there really has to be a lot of careful consideration that goes into it. I think it has a lot to do with intention and manifestation. So for you guys, whatever changes you feel coming up, or whatever changes you feel like need to come in, what needs to happen for you during this month, Libra, is for you to actually think about it. Don't make any moves, don't make any changes just yet, but really lend some energy to, okay, what is going on? How is this going on? What needs to change? How can I change it? What part do I play in this? What part do other people play in this? What's the energy surrounding this? XYZ, ABC, all of that. 1, 2, 3. Easy as simple ABC. 1, 2, 3, baby, you in. Chelsea, don't look at me like that. Oh, did you like it? Did you like the singing? Did you like it? Chelsea looked at me like, girl, what are you doing? That little tail is going, huh? Anyways, let's bring it back. So Libra, for you guys during this next month, I think it's very important for you all, watch that tail, Chelsea, for you all to really lend some time to thinking about your situations, thinking about what you like about the situations that you're in, what you don't like, what serves you, what doesn't serve you, what needs to change, and how you can start to make those changes, and how you can start to make progress towards the life that you want to be living. As I really feel like this Thinker card, whatever you're thinking about, has a lot to do with the way you're living life, or the type of life that you've been thrown into, or that you have to deal with currently. I think this card is coming up here because there is something that needs to change, something that needs to shift. And with you guys being air, it is almost more than certain your perspective in the way that you think about things. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit with your crossing card. But There's something that needs to be shifted, something that needs to be changed, but you really, like I said, have to give a lot of careful consideration to it before you start making moves. Understand that shit is not going to play out for you the way that you want it to. Things are not going to change until the work is done, but you have to understand, for positive change and for change to be effective, there has to be some sort of strategy behind it. Like, you can't just say, okay, I want things to change and expect it to be all peachy keen. You know what I'm saying? You can say, okay, I want things to change, but what needs to change? How does it need to change? What do I need to do in order for that to happen? And what do I need to continue doing in order for the outcome to continue to be positive and continue to be abundant, or whatever it is that you're going for, okay? So there's a lot of introspection, I said, during this next month, a lot of looking within you, and also a lot of retrospection during this next month, also looking back at what has worked and what hasn't, Libra. And for y'all, I think it's very important. I don't know why I want to, is that the Cancer energy? Y'all know Cancer is associated with the maternal energy, and I have this feeling that I want to fuss at y'all like I'm y'all's mama. I am feeling like I need to tell you, Libra, whatever didn't work, it doesn't make sense for you to continue trying to do that shit. If it didn't work, it didn't work for a reason. Go on and figure out what you need to figure out and stop doing the same shit, because have y'all heard that? I know y'all have heard that before. They call it insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Is that ringing a bell? Why am I on y'all's head like this? Libra, what are y'all doing? What are y'all not doing? Something, y'all, is 5:55 on my timestamp. So something that y'all are doing is not serving you. And I pick up on the sense that y'all are very aware of it, but you're not changing it for some reason. I get this, like, the best way that I can describe this is, and my Libra friend will hear me when I say this, like, I know exactly what I'm talking about, is, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why are y'all still continuing to do the same things that are not changing things for you? When you continue to do the same thing over and over and you're not supposed to be doing it, that also starts to cause problems for you. So Libra, you really need to take a look at what you've been doing or what's been going on around you that you don't need to be involved in, and that you no longer need to be putting your energy into. And you really need to think about that and think about why. You need to understand why things need to be shifting, okay? Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. I feel like I just had to fuss at y'all. I don't know why. But anyways, the next card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of your crossing energy. And you've got one of my all shit cards here. And I was saying earlier, talking about the way that you think about things. This is the cutoff card. That is literally what I consider this card. And this is the cutoff card, sometimes of cutting you off from certain people and situations, but also sometimes of cutting you off from yourself. So again, Libra, what have you been doing? What habits do you have? What thoughts? What kind of perspective have you been dealing with? This is an air card. This is a 5 of Swords. How have you been thinking? What kind of moves have you been making that are no longer serving you? Again, going into this thinker card, this is you really going to have to reflect this month, Libra, and say, okay, what works for me and what doesn't? And this, like I said, this is the cutoff card. So what is important for you during this next month is cutting off those things, getting rid of those bad habits, stopping those situations from playing out, or, you know, stopping yourself from thinking in whatever negative way you've been thinking about. I was saying your thinker card has a lot to do with manifestation and intention. Did I say that, or was that another spread? Y'all, I don't know. But if I didn't say it, I think the thinker card also has to do with manifestation and intention, and the way that you think about life and the way that you think about your life playing out is very important for y'all during this next month, because the way that we think and the way that we speak and the way that we intend things, you know, that lends to things in the physical. So for you guys, it's very important for you, whatever is not serving you, to get rid of it, because you don't want that to be clouding over what you've got going on, or whatever positive outcome you figured out. You don't want this 5 of Swords, the energy resonating with it, to really cloud over it, to really stop you from tapping into the energy that you're supposed to be tapping into. So tap into this 5 of Swords as it is the cutoff card, and cut certain shit off. And with that being said, Libra, you are ruled by Venus, so you have to be very mindful. Just because you like something, or you think you love something, doesn't necessarily, or you think you like the way things go, doesn't necessarily mean that that works for you. You really have to put your energy into being logical, tap into that air, and tap into that intellect and really look at things and see things for what they truly and honestly are, and then work through them and process them in the ways that you need to, so that you are no longer carrying around energies that you don't need to carry around, and so that you're no longer in situations that you don't need to be in, okay? The next card that I have coming up for you guys is in the position of what you need to nurture, and this is dealing with the Cancer energy. Where you need to be putting your time and energy, where you need to put a little bit more love in. And you've got the Four of Pentacles, which all these thoughts coming up and things that you need to cut off, and then you got the Four of Pentacles popping up here, which is not a coincidence because we are on the Cancer Capricorn eclipse axis, which also resonates with Earth energy. So for you guys, Libra, I think whatever it is that you are considering has a lot to do with your foundations. It has a lot to do with the way that you're living your life. And for those of you, I don't know why it's so prominent, but I get where you're living, how you're living, and health. Again, this is a general reading, but those two things keep coming up through my heart, and I feel like it has to do with where you're staying, who you're staying with, or your living situation, or also your health, the way that you're taking care of your both your physical and your mental. So Libra, where you guys need to give a little bit more energy, put in a little bit more love, what you need to nurture during this next month is manifesting, intending, really thinking about in a positive light the type of life you want to live, the type of foundations you want to build upon, and what you want those foundations to look like, and what you want them to grow into. So for those of y'all that I was saying, like your dwelling space or how you're living, if you are living with roommates and you're like, listen, I'm fucking tired of sharing my space with people, I want to be in my own shit. Okay, you have to start thinking about, well, what does my own shit look like? What does not living with people look like? What does that feel like? And think of it in a positive manner. And the more you think about it, the more you will find yourself and your energy being called to do things that put you into that place. If it's your health and you I don't know, maybe you're feeling like a little sluggish or something, I don't know. You might have to take a step back and look and say, okay, am I eating wrong, or not wrong? I don't like to say wrong. What am I eating, or what kind of exercise? What are my energy levels like, and why are they like this? And what do I need to do in order to bring myself back to that healthy point that healthy place that I want to be in? Libra, you need to lend some love to your foundations during this next month. You need to lend some love into what it is that you actually want your life to look like. What does living your best life look like, and what foundations does that entail, and how do you get yourself to those points of being able to actually plant those seeds so that you can cultivate them? Okay, so put a little bit of love into what you want your life to look like, and understand that it may not play out for you over this next month. It probably won't, but understand that as you start to think about these things, that means you're starting to intend them, and as you start to intend these things, that means that you are starting on the process of physically manifesting them. So Libra, think about what your best life looks like and how living your best life feels. And as you keep thinking about that, continue to put positive energy into it. Give yourself affirmations. I do have this. All I have is all I need. It's a Snow Allegra song, one of my favorite songs. And that's one of my mantras. I like that. All I have is all I need. If y'all haven't listened to it, listen to that song. I actually like to start my day off just telling myself that, because life hands us a lot of lemons, and with them lemons, sometimes we be feeling like we ain't got the sugar or the water needed to make lemonade. People be like, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. Well, I need sugar and water for that too, because I'm not, what am I gonna do with a lemon? You know what I mean? So really start to think about what it is that needs to be shifted. Think about what you want your life to look like. Think about the fact that as things are changing, as things are shifting for you, you do have everything that you need to put yourself into this place of this Four of Pentacles. You can get yourself to this point to where you can, successfully plan out an abundant and joyous future, whatever that looks like for you, whether that's, like I said, where you're living or your health or whatever. But this next month, Libra, is all about figuring out your foundations and what you want your foundations to look like and what you want the growth to look like. And as you figure these things out, slowly but surely, you'll see it start to play out in the physical for you, okay? All right, and the last card that I have popping up for you guys is in the position of your soul message, and this is going to take me back to that mama energy. This is the ancestor card. But the first message that I have coming up for you is because the ancestor card resonates with the energy of the past is Libra. You have got to stop doing the same shit that was not working for you. You have got to stop whatever it is. And I feel like those of y'all that are still this far into the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about, whatever that may be. You need to stop doing it. You need to change. You need to switch some things up, because making moves the way that you've been making them is not working for you. And that's why the thinker card is popping up here, because there are some things that you need to consider and some things that you need to change. And I think this message is so intense coming through me for y'all, is that some of y'all just really, like, you really have got to, I don't know, pull yourself up from the trenches, something. But I say this in a lot of my spreads, we create our own obstacles, and I'm getting the feeling of Libra, shit is not working out for you because you have created your own obstacles, and you are sitting there wallowing in your obstacles instead of trying to stop yourself from continuing to do the same things over and over and over and over and over again. So do not repeat your past mistakes. Stop doing the same shit, Libra. Do something different, because things are not going to change unless you change the way that you're doing them, okay? And then also, a little soul message here with this being the ancestor card. Some of you Libras might need to take a little bit of time to do a little bit of research on family history, especially for those of y'all that this reading is resonating with health. You might need to take a little bit of look into your family history. On another hand, for those of y'all that are just still watching this and you're like, oh no, you kicking game to me, I think this ancestor card is also popping up here to say, take a look at the way that your parents live life. Take a look at the way that your siblings live life. Take a look at the way that your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, all the people that have come before you or that are around you now, look at what they're doing with their lives and what's not working, and also look at what is working and say, okay, these are the mistakes that I don't want to repeat myself, and these are the things that I maybe could learn from, or that I can follow along a path or forge a path for myself based on this, okay? All right, Libra, I'm done fussing at y'all. That's your reading. I hope that resonated with you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. If you'd like more clarification or would like your own personal reading, you can book one with me down below as well. I am doing eclipse and retrograde sales through the summer. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go on and head to my Etsy shop. I've got all those details on that website. And then also, you guys, if you're interested in just learning a little bit about the collective energy during the Cancer lunar cycle, I have a video up on that as well. Feel free to check that out. Everything that I just mentioned is linked down below in the description box, y'all. And that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time.